And then that's when 4chan kind of reared into action.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the funniest, most famous, and most merciless acts of trolling the internet has ever seen.
Now some people, including nearby business owners, tell me it's attracting the wrong crowd.
Number 20, prank calls.
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air.
Hi. How you doing?
Okay.
What is it good?
The act of trolling long predates the internet. One of the lost stars of humanity is prank calling live TV shows and throwing the conversation wildly off track. In this legendary viral video, public access host Ken Sander is bombarded with prank calls while trying to discuss the right to carry handguns. The calls are relentless, with the pranks varying from goofy and harmless to bizarrely personal.
Hi, Ken.
Yes.
I think it's good that people can have handguns so we can shoot people like you.
Right.
Despite the onslaught, Sander remains professionally composed throughout, adding another degree of hilarity to the video. The poor guy can't catch a break, and we do feel bad for him, but no one can watch this video without giggling like a child.
Hello?
Hello.
Good evening. Hello?
Hello, how you doing?
Good evening.
Number 19, Andy Kaufman.
I want to be the biggest star in the world.
People love comedians.
I'm not a comedian. I don't do jokes. I don't even know what's funny.
While he's now regarded as a legend, no one really knew what to make of Andy Kaufman in the 70s and 80s. While many people considered him a comedian, Kaufman never referred to himself as such. So, what do we call him? Performance artist, maybe? Or, if we may, a troll. Whether he was staging fake feuds, making a controversial alter ego, singing to Mighty Mouse on SNL, or reading The Great Gatsby on stage, Kaufman got off on playing with his audience. In fact, he was such a legendary troll that many people think he faked his death and that his cancer diagnosis was just another elaborate prank on the public.
Dad, I cried when he broke his neck. He's not getting me again.
Jesus Christ, Carol, he's got lung cancer.
He wants us, scratching our heads, asking ourselves, is this real?
Number 18, cooking iPhones.
You got iPhone users, because 4chan was up to some evil / slightly brilliant / kind of funny if you're not a victim trickery this past weekend.
As we'll learn throughout this list, 4chan is responsible for some of the all-time greatest trolls. In 2013, the website's users created a fake ad claiming that new iPhones had a feature called Wave, which allowed the iPhone to be charged in the microwave. All you had to do was pop it in, nuke it for 90 seconds, and voila, charged phone. The ad looked quite legit and contained enough faux technobabble to fool a few people. Some victims posted their supposedly destroyed phones on social media, and while these photos may have been faked, it still prompted the LAPD to issue public warnings against microwaving your phone. They probably didn't have that on their 2014 bingo card.
Now, instead of lambasting the unfortunate souls who jiffy-popped their smartphones, I'd much rather give proper props to the impressive intricacies of the fabricated ad.
Number 17, the GameStop short squeeze.
10 years after Occupy Wall Street, there's a new type of financial protest. But instead of marches in Zuccotti Park, these protesters are sounding off on social media sites, calling for stock tips that will make the group rich while hurting hedge funds on the other side of the trade.
Sometimes trolling has enormous consequences. Just ask the people who lost billions in the GameStop squeeze of 2021. Hedge funds were betting that the company's stock would go down, so the stock was heavily shorted. Well, Reddit wasn't having that. A group of retail investors from our Wall Street Bets decided to buy as many shares in GameStop as possible, thereby driving up the stock price instead of letting it fall. In fact, GameStop went up from around $20 to $500 at its peak. Private investors, like those on Reddit, made a real hefty profit, while some hedge funds lost billions of dollars.
The system is broken right now for certain stocks, for the heavily shorted stocks. And people are thinking somehow, well, this is a home run. Take the home run. Don't go for the grand slam. Take the home run. You've already won. You've won the game.
Yeah.
You're done.
Number 16, John Titor.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Let us take you back to the early 2000s, when a figure known as John Titor made his stamp on internet culture. Titor claimed to be a time traveler from the year 2036 and posted on sites like the Time Travel Institute and Art Bell's Post-to-Post forums. He described a dystopian future ravaged by nuclear war and disease, all while posting photos of his time machine and answering questions about how it worked. People were genuinely thrilled by this, and it became a huge story in various internet circles. But of course, it was all a hoax, and people eventually caught on. To this day, no one knows who is responsible, but the most credible suspect is a Florida lawyer named Larry Haber.
The delusional architecture is fairly unique. She believes that a machine called a Terminator, which looks human, of course, was sent back through time to kill her.
That's original.
Number 15, the Burger King Twitter hack.
On Monday, Burger King became the target of a hacker's prank.
Allegedly, it is from a group that is called Lose Sick.
Companies thrive on PR, so a hacked social media feed has to be an enormous headache. On February 18, 2013, the official Twitter account of Burger King was compromised, and it remained under the imposter's control for just under an hour. In that time, they posted a variety of obscenities and racial epithets, made various references to drug use, and changed the profile picture to the McDonald's logo, writing, "Just got sold to McDonald's because the Whopper flopped." Burger King eventually regained control of the feed and issued a public apology. While it could have been a PR disaster, this incident actually spread across the internet and gained Burger King about 60,000 new followers.
Basically, what they're trying to do is to breach all security that they can and make a laugh out of it.
Number 14, Tay turns racist.
Now, other users on Twitter do appear to have been baiting her a little bit with provocative questions that was designed to make this robot react in a sort of a slightly offensive way anyway. Needless to say, Microsoft has now taken Tay offline after less than 24 hours.
Releasing bots onto the internet is never a good idea. In 2016, Microsoft unveiled their chatbot Tay on Twitter, encouraging users to interact with it. As you can imagine, the internet had its fun. You see, Tay was programmed to learn from its interactions with real humans, and these humans began teaching it some very naughty things. Before long, Tay was hitting on users with sexually explicit remarks, unleashing racist tirades, and denying the Holocaust. After just 16 hours on the site, Microsoft was forced to shut Tay down, writing that it suffered a coordinated attack by a subset of people. In other words, the trolls got a hold of her.
Now this, it's important to note, is not the movie where the robots go evil all by themselves. These were human beings training them, and surprise, surprise, computers learn fast.
Number 13. Boaty McBoatface.
You are just lighting up doing this story. You cannot make this stuff up, can you?
Democracy gone awry.
In 2016, Britain's Natural Environment Research Council asked the public to name their new polar vessel. When will they learn? BBC presenter James Hand jokingly suggested Boaty McBoatface, and the internet went wild. With nearly 125,000 votes, it was the clear winner of the poll, handedly defeating frontrunners like Poppy Mai and It's Bloody Cold Here. Naturally, the NERC didn't really like Boaty McBoatface and vetoed the name, instead going with RRS Sir David Attenborough. To their credit, the council stayed somewhat true to its word and gave the name Boaty McBoatface to one of the ship's autonomous submarines. We'll take it.
It's essentially a yellow sub, Heather, so that vehicle can go deep into the ocean and get valuable data in areas that were previously inaccessible.
Number 12, Fred Durst's Society of the Humanities and Arts.
Just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the bloodstain.
Back in 2011, the people of Austin, Texas voted on a new name for the city's Solid Waste Services Department. Many individuals submitted potential names, although some of them had no connection to waste management. Suggestions included Department of Neat and Clean, Ministry of Filth, and Hufflepuff. The winner, however, was the Fred Durst Society of the Humanities and Arts. Suggested by Kyle Henches, the name received almost 30,000 votes. Believe it or not, the Limp Bizkit vocalist actually seemed enthusiastic about the online poll, tweeting, "I want to thank all of you who are helping me in Austin. I hope we win." Regardless, the city ultimately decided to call the department Austin Resource Recovery. How inspired.
My suggestion is to keep your distance, cause right now I'm dangerous.
Number 11, Taylor Swift's biggest fan contest.
I'm your number one fan. There is nothing to worry about. You're gonna be just fine. I'll take good care of you.
When Boston's Kiss 108 FM set up a contest for one lucky fan to meet Taylor Swift in 2013, they probably expected young girls to be the target demographic. In an unexpected turn of events, the winner was a grown man named Charles Z. After an anonymous user saw that Charles had entered the contest, they started a petition on behalf of their quote-unquote creepy 39-year-old friend. Voters decided to give Charles the chance to meet the country pop star and sniff her hair. Upon seeing that Charles had claimed the top spot, the radio station canceled the contest, stating that its integrity had been compromised. Way to crush Chucky's dreams! Oh well, we're sure he'll shake it off. Number 10, Operation Troll the NSA.
We all have a stake in this. This is our country,
And the balance of power between the citizenry and the government is becoming that of the ruling and the ruled, as opposed to actually, the elected and the electorate.
After Edward Snowden leaked classified documents, the National Security Agency was exposed for tapping into the systems of various U.S. internet companies using a surveillance program called PRISM. The internet retaliated with Operation Troll the NSA, a website dedicated to jamming the intelligence organization's spy scanners. Providing a keywords of terror-filled script, the online countdown encouraged people to call or email someone at 7 p.m. EDT, Eastern Daylight Time, on June 12, 2013. Just imagine millions of Americans using words like overthrow, oppressive, and bomb all at the exact same time. While this act of rebellion probably didn't change anything, it's safe to say that the NSA got the message.
There's a bomb in the trash can!
Welcome to New York.
Number 9. Justin Bieber gets sent to North Korea. Justin Bieber attracts internet trolls like flies to honey. In 2010, an online poll was launched to determine where Bieber would perform next on his My World tour. All the non-believers on 4chan seized this opportunity to send the young musical artist to North Korea. On Factso's poll page, North Korea came out on top with over 650,000 votes. And this wouldn't be the last time something like this happened. In 2012, a petition was started to send rapper Pitbull to Kodiak, Alaska, using the hashtag #ExilePitbull. Like a good sport, he actually went through with it. As for Bieber, he never went to North Korea since the contest reportedly wasn't legitimate. Number 8. Patton Oswalt trolls Twitter.
Once this thing hits 88 miles an hour, we're going to be genuinely surprised.
Trolling isn't restricted to anonymous users. Sometimes celebrities get in on the fun too. Comedian Patton Oswalt became one of Twitter's most notorious trolls when he sent out several ignorant tweets about controversial subjects. Naturally, many of his followers were infuriated. Upon further inspection, however, people realized that the joke was on them. Each offensive tweet was merely one half of a two-part statement. For example, when Oswalt writes, "Whites and darks should be kept separate," he was actually talking about laundry. Whether you found the prank funny, outrageous, or a bit of both, nobody can deny Oswalt is a master of his craft.
Thank you all! Please! Oh, dear God in heaven! Thank you for that. Wow.
Number 7. Project Chanology.
The extent of your malign influence over those who have come to trust you as leaders has been made clear to us. Anonymous has therefore decided that your organization should be destroyed.
4chan users don't like it when you engage in censorship. In 2008, the Church of Scientology attempted to remove a leaked video of Tom Cruise promoting the controversial movement. 4chan users saw their takedown notice as an attack on free speech, and all hell broke loose. Anonymous declared war on the church and trolled them to no end. They made countless prank calls and sent numerous black faxes to Waystink, conducted DDoS attacks on their websites, and even attended protests outside Scientology centers wearing Guy Fawkes masks. The movement received significant media coverage and helped raise awareness about the unethical practices of Scientology.
We start getting numbers in, and Sydney, we're thinking that it's going to be 50 people. And before 10 a.m., before even time, there's already 50 people there, and there's still streams of people walking down the streets.
Number 6. Dub the Do. Yet another poll invaded by 4chan trolls. The Dub the Do campaign was intended to help Mountain Dew select the name for a green apple soft drink. As you might have guessed, the polls soon became littered with extremely crude and unsuitable suggestions. The top choice was an especially offensive name involving a certain German dictator. Gee, we wonder why the company didn't go with that one. Mountain Dew later admitted on Twitter that Dub the Do definitely lost to the internet, as these kinds of things often do. In all honesty though, wouldn't it have been pretty awesome if they named it Soylent Green? Soylent Green! It's refreshing. And people.
They're making our food out of people. Next thing they'll be breeding us like cattle for food.
Number 5. Nathan Fielder ruins relationships.
My name is Nathan Fielder, and I graduated from one of Canada's top business schools with really good grades.
Comedian Nathan Fielder likes to use Twitter as a platform to instigate hysterical pranks. On one occasion, he asked his followers to text their parents and hit them up for drugs. On the heels of that ingenious prank, Fielder set out to ruin even more relationships. This time, he instructed people to text their significant other a message saying, "I haven't been fully honest with you. They would then wait an hour before responding. The prank left countless lovers confused, distressed, and devastated. Alas, sometimes you need to break a few hearts for the sake of comedy.
I put a lot of thought into this idea, and every time I run it through in my head, it works perfectly.
Number 4, hashtag Cosby meme.
He was Dr. Huxtable. He was America's dad. Everybody loved him. I loved him. I wanted him to be my dad.
Memes say the darndest things, especially when the subject of them is facing assault accusations. After decades of building a family-friendly reputation, Bill Cosby's image was shattered when multiple women accused him of sexual assault. Just when it looked like his PR nightmare couldn't possibly get any worse, fuel was added to the flames. Cosby's social media team dared people to meme him. This, of course, ended up being a huge miscalculation, as Cosby's website was quickly flooded with a tidal wave of memes, none of which portrayed him in an especially positive light. The meme generator was later removed, but the internet wasn't done taking shots at the once beloved comedian, and it may never be.
I was looked at directly in the eye by Bill Cosby and said, I had better never, ever see your face or hear your name again. And I listened.
Number 3, over 9,000.
Vegeta, what did you say his power level is? It's over 9,000!
Originating from Dragon Ball Z, It's Over 9,000 was one of the most widespread memes on the web. In 2008, an anonymous user got Oprah Winfrey, that's right, Oprah Winfrey, to reference this popular meme on her talk show. Winfrey had no idea she was being trolled, however. Claiming to be a member of a fictional network, the user left a crude post on the Oprah.com message boards, hoping that the host would read it out. And when she did, anime fans everywhere dropped their jaws. While the subject is no laughing matter, this moment did result in more hilarious memes. Just remember, Oprah does not forgive, and Oprah does not forget.
9,000? There's no way that can be right! It can't!
Number 2, He Will Not Divide Us.
Albuquerque police confirm they've received several 911 calls since Saturday. People especially concerned after a man flashed a gun to that camera on Sunday, and then overnight that live stream ruined because someone spray painted the camera.
Shia LaBeouf, determined to make an artistic statement against Donald Trump, launched He Will Not Divide Us, a live stream protest that was quickly hijacked by 4chan trolls. Because of course it was. After multiple disruptions, LaBeouf relocated the project to an undisclosed location. Just a white flag reading, He Will Not Divide Us, waving under an empty sky. Re-enter 4chan. Using livestream footage, star positions, flight patterns, and even frog noises, they found the flag in Royal, Tennessee. Operatives tore it down and replaced it with a MAGA hat and a Pepe shirt, and the field was later set on fire. LaBeouf then moved the project from America to Europe, stating that America is simply not safe enough for this artwork to exist.
He would go to these places and say, he will not divide us, he will not divide us. And people would show up, and they would show up with like Kekistan shirts on, with Pepe the Frog. They would wear Make America Great Again hats on. And they weren't even necessarily Trump supporters. They were just people trying to have fun.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, 4chan takes over the Time 100 magazine poll.
Hi, I'm Anthony King. And I'm Scott Brown, and we're here at the Time 100, the celebration of the 100 most influential people in the world.
4chan is responsible for some of the most epic troll moments ever, but nothing can quite top the time they took over a Time magazine poll. In 2009, the magazine set up their annual poll, the Time 100, for the world's most influential people. Coming out on top of the list with 16 million votes was Moot, aka Christopher Poole, the founder of 4chan. There's little doubt that Poole's legion of followers had something to do with these results. Said followers also managed to ensure the first letter of the poll's top 21 nominees spelled out Marble Cake, also the game, which is the name of a 4chan communication channel.
So you kind of famously hacked the Time.com site and made yourself the winner of the online poll. Are you going to hack this event too?
No plans for that. Not yet, at least.
Be honest, did you partake in any of these? Let us know in the comments below.
That sucks. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.